1-2. Swung on and miss. Fuchs
coming in right side. Sip. It goes down to the slide and gets it.
Nelson's going to take off on the pitch, which is a called strike 3.
Wes Marshall pitches a ground ball through the infield on the left side. One will score. They're going to wave a second runner around. Throw will come to the plate. It is not in time.
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good morning and welcome to Mayville State University as we begin coverage today of the North Dakota Region 2 baseball tournament, day 2 of the tournament. And we start with an elimination game between the Hatton-Northwood Thunder and the Maple River Raiders. How you doing, everyone? I'm Joe Lancello along with Keith Meyer, and our pregame show is brought to you by Irie Insurance. Contact your local Irie Insurance agent on upcoming hail policies to protect your crop. Visit Irie Insurance online at irieins.com, IHRYINS.com. Well, Keith, I know school's out or will be out shortly for a lot of the teams here, but at the end of today's play, the season will be over for 3 of the 6 teams that are in this tournament, including the loser of this first game here.
Yep, today is when finality starts to hit some of the teams and you realize their baseball season is over, and for seniors it's that bittersweet moment of, gee, I had fun playing baseball, but I won't be playing any more high school ball. A lot of these guys will go on and play Legion ball. But, yeah, it's do or die time if you're going to continue on in the tournament.
Maple River still looking for their first victory of the season. The Raiders 0-7 on the year. They're coming off a 10-0 loss in 5 innings to Hillsborough Central Valley on Saturday. Hatton-Northwood defeated Larimore 3-2 in their opening round game. That was not quite sure how to describe that, as Derek Carpenter led off the bottom of the 7th for Hatton-Northwood with the game tied at 2. He was hit by a pitch, stole second, stole third, and the throw to third was well off target, and that allowed Carpenter to score the winning run in a 3-2 game for Hatton-Northwood. And then in their final game of the day, Hatton-Northwood losing to Thompson 12-2 in 6 innings, and you've heard of a walk-off win. This was actually a balk-off win, as Thompson in the bottom of the 6th with 2 out. There was an infield single. There were back-to-back singles and a wild pitch, and then a balk that allowed Will Walke to score the go-ahead run. So some unusual things seen here at this tournament.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Region 2.
And we'll continue with we'll hear from both coaches in this game, Larry Fontaine and of Maple River, Dennis Carpenter of Hatton-Northwood, after this on yourliveevent.com.
Feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need an expert who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country. Experts in every field.
The Hillsborough Vets Club welcomes you for Broasted Chicken Saturdays, 5:30 till 7:30. Fries and coleslaw along with delicious broasted chicken. It's the best chicken I've ever had. Roasted chicken, dine in and take out at Saturdays at the Hillsborough Vets Club. And remember, appetizers and so many other fun activities at the Hillsborough Vets Club. Good luck to the Hillsborough Central Valley Burros from everyone at the Hillsborough Vets Club. And they thank you for all of your support with the Hillsborough Vets Club.
Welcome back to Mayville State University. Hatton-Northwood to take on Maple River in the first of 4 games today here in the Region 2 baseball playoffs. Dennis Carpenter is the coach of the Hatton-Northwood Thunder. How would you assess the 2 games yesterday on Saturday?
Well, first game, Teddy Petrick really came and pitched well for us. He had 15 strikeouts. We were fortunate Derek got on base in that last inning, was able to steal, scored on an error. Just happy to walk away from with a win on that game. Larimore played really, really well. Game 2, we struggled finding the strike zone. You know, we just walked too many guys, and you move on from that one.
What have been the strong points of the Thunder this season?
The strong points, you know, we have some veteran leadership. For the most part, we've made plays in the field. Throwing strikes has been really improving as the season went on. Obviously, Saturday was a little different story, but we'll get back on track with that today.
Who's going to be pitching for you today?
Today, the first game will be Brody Johnson going.
Tell me about him and his season.
Brody mixes in a curveball with a pretty decent fastball. Hasn't had a lot of varsity innings, but we'll see how it goes today.
Did you get a chance to see Maple River in their first game on Saturday?
I did. They played really well against Hillsborough Central Valley. A lot of young kids out in the lineup for that team, but you know they grind. And you know they worked in the field, and made plays. We're gonna have to come ready.
All right, we'll see what happens. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Dennis Carpenter, coach of the Hatton-Northwood Thunder. We'll be back with our pregame coverage after this on YourLiveEvent.com.
On the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsborough, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing.
Joined now by Larry Fontaine, the coach of Maple River. The Raiders taking on Hatton-Northwood today. You had a rough game against Hillsborough Central Valley where they were running the bases like crazy on you.
Being honest with you, that was a pretty good game for us. Yeah, we are what we are. I mean, anybody can steal on us. We just have to try to work at it and get better.
Now you take on Hatton-Northwood today. Did you play them at all during the season?
Yeah, we did. It wasn't very good. My kids are really young, as we talked about last Saturday. I have 7th and 8th graders out there starting, and they're going against juniors and seniors. But we're playing hard. We're playing the best we can, and we're going to give them the best game we can.
And Liam Santrum is going to start on the mound for you again today.
Yeah, Liam's got 55 pitches today, and then Caleb's got 114, I believe, something like that. We're going to go with those two kids. They'll throw strikes. The question will be whether we can field it or not. If we can field the ball, it'll be okay.
What will be the important things?
Well, the important things are just catching the ball. If we can catch the ball, we got an 8th grader starting at third base, a 7th grader at second, a 7th grader in right, and a kid who's never played first base until last Saturday playing first base. I mean, we're young. Yeah, I could go on and on, but it's okay. No one's asking anybody to feel sorry for us. We're going to go out there and play again, our hearts out and get better every day.
All right, best of luck.
Thanks. Bye. Have a good day.
That's Larry Fontaine, coach of the Maple River Raiders. We'll be back with the starting lineups. Maple River against Hatton-Northwood in the consolation round of the Region 2 baseball tournament. We'll be right back to Mayville State after these words on YourLiveEvent.com.
Golden Harvest Gold Series soybeans are here. In the Hillsborough area, contact Tim Cassette, 701-430-0877. These new Golden Harvest Gold Series soybeans feature exclusive genetics and high-demand trait platforms like Enlist E3 soybeans and XtendFlex soybeans. Golden Harvest Seeds. Talk with your area representative, Tim Cassette, 701-430-0877 for Golden Harvest Seed.
Time now for our starting lineups. Brought to you by American Crystal Sugar. Live the sweet life. Great careers, quality products, grower owned, crystalsugar.com. Starting first for the visitors, Maple River. Leading off will be the shortstop, Caleb Dowse. Hitting second, the catcher, Marty Roback. Batting third, the pitcher, Liam Santrum. Hitting cleanup, center fielder, Calvin Santrum. They are not related. Batting fifth, the left fielder, Jace Erickson. Hitting sixth, the designated hitter, Jens Irie. And he's batting for the right fielder, Jonah Thompson. Hitting seventh for Maple River, first baseman, Bobby Bergfield. Hitting eighth, the third baseman, Bridger Kasowski. And batting ninth, second baseman, Charlie McCullough. For Hatton-Northwood, leading off will be second baseman, Andrew Thorsgaard. Batting second, shortstop Derek Carpenter. Batting third at first base, Carson Bodine. Hitting cleanup for the Thunder, third baseman Michael Steinbrink. Batting fifth, left fielder Hunter Frederick. Hitting sixth, the center fielder Teddy Petrick. Hitting seventh, right fielder Hunter Tweet. Batting eighth is the designated hitter Rolando Zuniga, and he's batting for the pitcher Brody Johnson. And batting ninth for Hatton-Northwood is the catcher Keegan Schrader. Dennis Carpenter is the coach of Hatton-Northwood. The Thunder coming in with a record of 4-10. Maple River is 0-7. And as Raider coach Larry Fontaine mentioned, Keith, talk about a young lineup, including of the 10 players here, including the DH, 2 7th graders, an 8th grader, and a 9th grader.
Yeah, I think Coach Fontaine just has to sell his kids on the idea that it's a beautiful day, it's gorgeous. Let's go play some baseball. I mean, can't ask for much more than that on a beautiful late spring day. Just go out and have fun with playing baseball.
And as Ernie Banks, to paraphrase the late Ernie Banks, let's play 4, because that's what we've got here today on YourLiveEvent.com. Brody Johnson's first pitch to Caleb Dowse is a strike. Dowse, a junior shortstop, and as Coach Fontaine mentioned for Maple River, he will be the second pitcher of the day. After Liam Satram's pitch count has expired, this is grounded up the middle, and the throw to first is in time for out number 1. Derek Carpenter throwing to first baseman Carson Bodine for the out.
Now batting the catcher, number 12.
Batting second is catcher Marty Rohrback. Defensively for Hatton-Northwood, Brody Johnson the pitcher, Keegan Schroeder is behind the plate. Curve almost hit him inside, ball 1. Carson Bodine's playing first base. Andrew Thorsgaard is at second. Michael Steinbrink at third and Derek Carpenter at short. Swing and a miss, 1-1. The outfield for the Thunder, left to right, Hunter Frederick, Teddy Petrick, and Hunter Tweet. 1-1 is fastball outside, 2-1. 69 degrees with sunny skies here at Mayville State University, and also wind out of the east at 5 miles an hour, so that's not going to really be a factor. And a ground ball fouled to the left, and the count is 2-2 now on Marty Rohrback, with pitcher Liam Satram on deck for the Raiders. Curve missing inside again, 3-2. Thunder a little shallow in the outfield. The 3-2 pitch is way outside for ball 4. So the Raiders get a runner with 1 out. And that's one of the characteristics of the ballpark we just kind of saw there, Keith, is that there is a lot of room behind home plate and a lot of room in foul territory to the dugouts. Not so much when you get down the foul lines.
First and third baseman are going to have to remember that no matter how deep that ball seems headed towards the sideline or towards out of play, they need to chase after it because they will have room to make a catch on most balls that you don't in high school fields.
And be careful, you might flip over the fence trying to reach over. Ball 1 to pitcher Liam Satram. As a throw to first has Rohrback diving back in. And this one gets away far enough for the runner to go to second. Wild pitch by Brody Johnson, allowing Rohrback to get in scoring position with 1 out. And a 2-0 count to Liam Satram. That caught the inside corner. He'd been trying to make that pitch, Johnson, and third time was the charm for him. The 2-1. Fielded by Steinbrink, throws not in time. An infield single puts runners at the corners with one out.
Now batting for the Raiders.
Actually, the runner on second base looked like he was going to go, and then he checked up. He probably should be on third now, but he decided to stay at second, so it's first and second.
Oh, beg your pardon. Well, that's also the kind of thing that you need to learn a little bit. Here is Calvin Satrom, the center fielder, standing in. Off-speed pitch. This is hitting the air to right field. Moving toward the line is Hunter Tweet for the catcher. That's out number 2. This is also one of those things you can analyze a lot later, is that for the runner on second, the ball was hit to third. Who's going to cover third?
Shortstop should be circling around behind when necessary.
And a strike called to left fielder Jace Erickson. Erickson had a really good day defensively. He made a couple of very nice catches for the Thunder in their 2 games on Saturday. There's a curve in for a strike, 0-2.
Thunder isn't paying any attention to second base right now. Their middle infield is at a normal split.
And missed the outside corner, 1-2. Designated hitter Jens Irie is on deck for Maple River. No score. Top of the first inning. Rohrbeck at second, Liam Satrom at first. Just missing 2-2.
Catcher was ready to head for the dugout, and I think Johnson on the mound thought he was going to head for the dugout. It looked like a pretty good pitch, but must have been just outside.
That's high, 3-2. So Johnson, after getting ahead 0-2, now facing a full count, and the runners will be moving here with 2 out and a 3-2 count. And that's ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Second walk this inning allowed by Brody Johnson. Rohrbeck goes to third, Liam Satrom to second, Erickson now on first. And designated hitter Jens Irie stands in. 7th grader. One of the youngest guys here, swing and a miss, 0-1. No score, top of the first. Maple River looking for their first win of the season in this elimination game of the Region 2 baseball tournament. Nice block, 1-1.
Irie might be young, but he's got that pedigree, that Irie name, and I've never seen an Irie that backed down from anything. So he'll take his cuts.
That could also be part of the reason why he's in the lineup as a 7th grader. Low 2-1. Tell me a little bit about that pedigree you were mentioning.
Oh boy, that goes way back to, well, even the 60s. There's been Iries all along, and they've been tremendously gifted athletes, both girls and boys. Great basketball players. Beth Irie starred at the University of North Dakota. They're just tough cats. They learn how to, I don't know, they must learn how to scrap for food at the dinner table or something.
3-1 pitch to Irie with the bases loaded. That caught the outside corner, 3-2. Bases full of Maple River Raiders. 2 out, top of the first. Brody Johnson will wind up. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that will end the rally. First strikeout of the day for Brody Johnson. Maple River with a good opportunity in the top of the first. No runs, 1 hit. There were 2 walks, no errors. And the Raiders leave the bases loaded after a half inning on the Tim Kazet Seed Sales Golden Harvest scoreboard. Maple River nothing, Hatton-Northwood coming to bat. We'll be back after this on YourLiveEvent.com.
American spirit like the family farmer. Year after year, they work the land. Through droughts, floods, and uncertain markets, they keep that spirit alive with another crop harvested for the next generation. And for that, we tip our hats to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
Visit with Ryan Opdahl, your local Farmers Union insurance agent in Hillsborough. There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
Right-hander Liam Satrum is pitching for Maple River. Getting ready to face Hatton-Northwood in the bottom of the first inning. Liam went 4 innings against Hillsborough Central Valley on Saturday. Took the loss. He gave up 8 hits. 8 runs, 6 were earned. He walked 2 unintentionally and struck out 1 and threw a wild pitch.
Today is it's probably the first day when you really start looking at pitch counts, and this is where the coaches earn their bread and butter, trying to figure out who they should pitch right now, who's going to be pitching later, how many innings do they need to save, or excuse me, how many pitches do they need to save for a certain pitcher in a potential future game, or do you shoot it all in the current game to make sure you advance? Opens up all kinds of possibilities.
Exactly. The idea here is to move on to a second game later today against either Livermore or Hillsborough Central Valley. As we're in the consolation round, the Livermore Hillsborough Central Valley game will follow this one on YourLifeEvent.com. And then we'll have the winner of this game versus the Livermore Hillsborough Central Valley winner. And then our final game of the day will be the winner's bracket final, or I guess you could say the semifinal for the region tournament, with number 2 seed Mayport CG against number 1 seed Thompson. Ender Thorsgaard, the second baseman, to lead things off for Hatton-Northwood here in the bottom of the first inning. Righty to righty, first pitch, low ball 1. Thorsgaard, pretty versatile, played right field against Livermore in a couple of different spots in the second game against Hillsborough Central Valley, swing and a miss 1-1. Swing and a ground ball. Glove by Dowse, but he threw it away. I think the runner would have been safe anyway. The ball going into the dugout, and that will allow Thorsgaard to reach second.
Even if even if the shortstop had made a good, solid throw, I think the runner would have beat that one out. Shortstop has to charge that ball because it was a slow roller and give yourself time to make the throw.
Being infield single for Thorsgaard and an error that allowed him to take second. First pitch to Derek Carpenter is hit high in the air to center field, going back, and it's out of the reach of Calvin Satrum. Here comes a runner around third, and a triple for Carpenter. And the Thunder strike first, leading 1-0.
That ball was well hit. That's pretty much the deepest part of the park there, and it one-hopped the fence. Good, strong, solid contact.
First baseman Carson Bodine looks at ball 1. Left-hand batter with an open stance. Low and inside, and this gets away from the catcher. He doesn't know where it is, but Carpenter knows where home plate is, and it's 2-0.
Catcher didn't quite get far enough over to the batter's side of the plate. to smother the ball. It hit his shin guard instead and bounced up and back, and it's tough to locate sometimes.
And that is the most important thing a catcher has to do when one gets into the dirt. Here's a line drive into right center for a base hit. Cut off by Calvin Satrom. Wide turn at first by Bodine. So that's 3 straight hits to start the day for Hatton-Northwood and a 2-0 lead.
Now batting for the Thunder, the third baseman, number 33, Mike Steinbrink.
Now third baseman Michael Steinbrink. Liam Satrom will throw to first. No trouble for Bodine to get back in. Marty Rohrbeck, the catcher for Maple River today. Runner goes, swing and a miss. Catcher double clutches, and that'll allow a stolen base. Bobby Bergfield's at first base for the Raiders. Charlie McCullough at second. Caleb Dow's at short. Bridger Kosowski at third. 0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2. The outfield for the Raiders from left to right, Jace Erickson, Calvin Satrom, and Jonah Thompson. 0-2 to Steinbrink. That's hit into the air to the left side, foul territory, and nobody could get there. So it's still 0-2.
Both the third baseman and the catcher took chase there and landed right smack in the middle of them. Neither one could get the glove out far enough.
And Rohrbeck seemed to slip a little bit as he got closer to the ball. Still 0-2 for Steinbrink. Thunder with a 2-0 lead. High 1-2. Thorsgaard started with an infield single, went to second on an error. Thorsgaard scored on a triple by Carpenter, and then Carpenter scored on a wild pitch. And that gets away from the catcher, and that will allow Bodine to go to third.
That's 2 now that Satrom has had trouble locating after they bounced away. They're bouncing up, which is kind of out of the catcher's frame of view. Then he has to turn side to side and see if he can find it. Hopefully your infielders are helping you, telling you which way to go.
Pitch to Steinbrink. This is popped into the air right side in the infield. Dow's the shortstop taking charge. Whoa, that got away. And nobody's covering second. So another break coming for the Thunder.
That's all due to the spin on the ball. It's got that backward spin when you get a pop-up like that. Initially, it comes back towards the plate with that kind of a spin. And then on its way down, the spin acts oppositely, and the ball ends up curving towards the outfield. Infielders get stuck too far in, and they can't make the catch behind them.
4 batters, 3 base hits, 1 error.
Interesting thing about the infield grass here, this is one of those fields that has no skin between home and the first and third base bags.
Mm-hmm.
And also the grass looks quite lush and quite tall.
There is a difference you can see on the first base side for sure.
Yep. What that means is that ground balls are going to get eaten up by that grass on the infield, so infielders are going to have to charge the ball.
Left fielder Hunter Frederick stands in and looks at ball 1. Thompson has a similar setup, and I'm wondering, how does that affect bunts?
They don't go very far. You better poke it pretty good.
Grounded to third, off the third baseman and into left field, and a run will score to make it 3-0. Hunter Frederick with a single to make it 3-0 in favor of the Thunder in the opening inning, and there's still nobody out.
I'll bring up the center fielder, number 3, Teddy Petrick.
Steinbrink goes to third. Bodine scores the third run of the inning for Hatton-Northwood. And Teddy Petrick, the center fielder, stands in. Hit hard to third. Again, this is off the third baseman, and another run will score. And it's 4-0.
It's hard enough playing that hot corner when you're an experienced guy, let alone a young man like that. He's seeing hot shots coming at him, and it's a different bounce off of that grass infield. I don't know if he's used to seeing those kind of hops, and it's just going all around his glove.
Swing and a foul by right fielder Hunter Tweet. Four nothing in favor of Hatton-Northwood, bottom of the first inning. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Fredericks at second, Petrick's at first. There was an error charge on the third baseman, Kasowski. No run batted in for Petrick. Now the 0-2. That hit him. So the ball's dead and the bases are loaded. A rough first inning for Liam Satcham of Maple River. Frederick goes to third, Petrick to second. Tweed on first for designated hitter Rolando Zuniga. And Coach Larry Fontaine is going to make a change of some kind. He had said earlier that Caleb Dowse would move from shortstop to pitch.
Batting for the Thunder with the DH, number 11, Rolando Zuniga.
Well, we've got another switch.
Number 16 is going to the outfield.
He just came into the game. Josh Thompson.
And the center fielder came into third.
That would be whoops. I'd had Jonah Thompson, who's on here as number 16, as the starting right fielder. So he's changed his third baseman, which is something you don't see often. Lined in a right field for a base hit. Here's one run. Ball's bobbled in right field. A second run is going to score, but that would have happened anyway. And it's 6-0 for Hatton-Northwood on a two-run single by Rolando Zuniga. Frederick and Petrick came in to score. Tweet motored all the way to third. 6-0. There is still nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. First pitch to catcher Keegan Schroeder is in the air, and that's caught by Dowse for out number 1.
I think I got that change figured out now. Thompson was in right field. He moved over to center. Center fielder came in to play third base. And
that would be Calvin Satram.
Yep. And the third baseman exited.
Pitches in the dirt, ball 1, and a stolen base for Zuniga as Ender Thorsgaard bats for the second time in the first inning. Thorsgaard reached on an infield single and then came around to score. Line drive, foul down the left field line. Count evens 1-1. Righty against righty. Pitches high, 2-1. Riley Satrom could use up his remaining, or Liam Satrom could use up his remaining pitches all in this inning. Now a 3-1 count to Thorsgaard. 6-0 Thunder with runners at second and third and one out. Low ball 4. And the bases are loaded. First walk allowed this inning by Liam Satrom. He's hit one batter.
The shortstop number 2,
Been hurt by 3 errors behind him. Plus 4 hits allowed. Now Derek Carpenter with an RBI triple earlier this inning, and he went around to score on a wild pitch. High in the air, left side foul territory. And that was a struggle for Calvin Satrom to try to find.
There's that nasty spin on the ball again. It just starts sailing backwards as it comes down. Looks like it also sailed a little bit to Satrom's left. That's not easy.
When you're an experienced player at that position or not. 0-1. Inside, 1-1. Tweed at third, Zuniga at second. One out here. We're still in the bottom of the first inning, 6-0 in favor of Hatton-Northwood. That's hit past the third baseman into left field for a base hit. 7-0, and all the runners move up. Carpenter 2 for 2 on the day with 2 runs batted in. He's halfway to the cycle.
Number 1, Carson Bodine.
Zuniga to third. Thorsgaard at second. Carpenter on first. Carson Bodine with a single in the opening inning. Righty against lefty. That's hit well to right field and will get out of the reach of the right fielder and go to the wall. 1 run is in, a second run is coming in. Make that 3 as the throw is coming in. And this will be a 3-run triple for Bodine, and it's 10-0 now in favor of Hatton-Northwood, and we're in the first inning.
Solid line drive contact, and it was hooking. Hooked away from the right fielder and couldn't get over there to get his glove on that ball.
Michael Steinbrink, the cleanup hitter, bats for the second time. He reached on error by the shortstop Dow's earlier this inning. That, I believe, was the pop-up that he had trouble with. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Seven hits now on the day for the Thunder. That's caught the outside corner, 1-2. $10-0 in favor of Hatton-Northwood. We're in the bottom of the first inning. The 10-run rule would not apply until the 5th. But is there another angle to the 10-run rule where... Never mind. Hit in the air to the right side. That's going to be out of here, foul. Count is 2-2.
Sometimes during the regular season, you'll see games where, by mutual agreement, they'll play a 15-run lead after 3, but that is not in effect here in the region tournament.
I thought there might be a different set of rules in the tournament. I get that. Bodine on third, 1 out. 2-2 pitch. Knocked down by Liam Satrom. Throw to first. That's out number 2, and the runner from third does not try to score.
Nice play by Satrom. Did the smart thing. He just kind of sat down on that ball and blocked it, kept it in front of him, knowing that he's going to have a short throw over to first.
Now left fielder Hunter Frederick, who had an RBI single and scored earlier this evening. the 14th man to bat here for Hatton-Northwood in the first. Chop past the pitcher, past the second baseman, into center field for a base hit. As Bodine comes in to score to make it 11-0 in favor of the Thunder.
Hatton-Northwood could not have asked for a better start to this game for their plans. It's going to keep their pitch count down. They'll have more pitchers available to them in later on games. This is exactly what they wanted.
First pitch is high, ball one to center fielder Teddy Petrick, who reached on an error by the starting third baseman Kasowski and came around to score. Righty against righty. High 2-0. And pitching still on the mound, Liam Satrom is, as they say, taking one for the team. Outside, blocked but getting away from the catcher, and that will allow Frederick to go to second. It's now 3-0 to Teddy Petrick with right fielder Hunter Tweed on deck. High ball 4. Runners at first and second now with 2 out. Satrom's walked 2 and hit 1.
Right fielder number 12, Hunter Tweet.
Hunter Tweet, the right fielder, who was hit by a pitch and scored earlier this inning. High ball 1. What's the most guys you've seen bat in an inning, Keith?
I have seen lineups go around twice.
My personal record is 19. And that was in the first inning of a playoff game in Minnesota.
Okay. I don't think I've ever seen a third at bat in one inning.
Line in the hole on the right side for a base hit. Frederick rounds third and will score to make it a dirty 12-0. Tweet with an RBI single as Frederick scores.
Number 11.
Petrick calls at second. And Rolando Zuniga with a 2-run single earlier this inning. 12-0 in favor of Hatton-Northwood. We are still in the first inning. There are 2 outs. And that's a called strike. Liam Satrom will look at first. High and tight, 1-0.
Satrom, when you get tired, you start not to bend over and your pitches start to stay high.
Like that one?
Yep. I think that's what we got going on here.
Petrick on second, Tweed on first. The 2-1 fouled off 2-2. Catcher Keegan Schroeder on deck for the Thunder. Long inning in the dugout for Brody Johnson, the Thunder pitcher. Low 3-2. Maple River had the bases loaded with 2 out in the top of the first inning, weren't able to cash in. Runners go, payoff pitch, swing and a foul out here to the right. We'll do it again.
I've got to apologize. I think I've been calling the pitcher Satrom this whole inning. It's
Liam Satrom, you're right.
It is Satrom.
Yeah.
They got number 7 on the mound now.
That's him.
Oh.
And ball 4 and the bases are loaded.
Trying to read upside down. I'm not wearing my upside down glasses today.
Third walk of the inning, allowed by Liam Satrom, and that may be the end of Liam Satrom's day on the mound.
I believe this is the second mound visit.
You're right. Home plate umpire has his lineup card out. Will there be changes, you wonder? Because again, Caleb Dowse, the shortstop, he had said in our pregame show would be the next pitcher. Dowse had thrown a fraction of an inning in the final inning of Maple River's first playoff game with Hillsborough Central Valley, which Hillsborough Central Valley won 10-0 in 5 innings.
There was a hug on the mound, so yes, indeed, Satrom is done for the day.
Going 2/3 of an inning.
We've got number 1 pitching.
That would be Caleb Dowse.
Yeah.
And we'll see who else moves where as we continue. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Hatton-Northwood with the bases loaded and 2 out, and a 12-0 lead over Maple River. Back after this on YourLiveEvent.com.
We all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Halstead Telephone, Broadband Voice TV. 1-800-457-2125. The Hillsborough and Central Valley School Districts congratulate the seniors on your success and wish you well in your future endeavor. To this year's graduating class, we encourage you to step into your future and the unique, inspiring gifts that only you can give. Congratulations from administration, staff, and other students at the Hillsborough and Central Valley School Districts. To all students, parents, and families of the Hillsborough and Central Valley Schools, thank you for a great year.
The City of Hillsborough welcomes you to town, conveniently located halfway between Fargo and Grand Forks. Shop for your personal items, farm and business supplies at our local stores. If you're looking for a new home or a working job, check out the opportunities in Hillsborough and see what the community can offer you and your family. The City of Hillsborough congratulates the area graduates on your achievements, and they wish you all the best in your future. They hope that you'll carry pleasant memories of school days and graduation time for the rest of your life. Congratulations and best of luck, graduates, from the City of Hillsborough.
Catcher Keegan Schroeder to bat. He popped up to short in his first at bat earlier this inning. Caleb Dowse, the shortstop, throws outside 1-1. Petrick on third, Tweed on second, Zuniga on first. This is the first inning still. That caught the inside corner, 1-2. Runners take their leads. This is hitting the air foul out of here. The count holds 1-2.
Any help with foul balls is greatly appreciated. Bring them back to the admission area for a treat.
12-0 Thunder in this elimination game of the Region 2 baseball tournament. Lofted out of here to the left, still 1-2.
Should mention that the moat down the left field line and behind the scorer's table is it's got water in it, so there's going to be a few wet baseballs coming back from there. There's 3 in a row down there, and you can't call it a clean stream. It's a muddy moat today.
And too big to be called a puddle, I guess.
Yeah.
That's hitting the air to the left side. Straddling the third baseline. It's caught by the third baseman. And that will end the inning. Oh, he didn't catch it. So that's.
Now batting top of the order, number second, or second baseman.
I'm with you, Joe.
So
I thought he had it in his glove.
We've got 2 more runs. Here's a ball hit to the left, and that's going to go foul for strike 1. And Thorsgaard, the 19th man to bat this inning. This is his 3rd time hitting in this inning. He has reached on an infield single and scored, and walked and scored. So Petrick scored. Tweed scored. Credit to them, because when the ball is hit inside 101, with 2 out, you run. And you don't ask questions.
There might be a PR in the works for you, Joe.
Outside 2-1. I did say earlier I saw a first inning of a game in the Minnesota playoffs. I won't mention the teams involved to avoid embarrassment. 3-1. But the opening inning went 19 batters. I forget how many runs were scored. But it was double digits, and the game did end early. 3-1 pitch into the air. Liam Satrom, who's moved from pitcher to shortstop, held on to that one. And that will stop the Thunder roll.
12 pitches for Caleb Downs, 12 pitches.
For Hatton-Northwood, in the bottom of the first, they score 14. On 9 hits, there were 3 errors and 2 runners left. After 1 complete on the Tim Gazette Seed Sales Golden Harvest scoreboard, Hatton-Northwood 14, Maple River nothing. We'll be right back on YourLiveEvent.com.
North Dakota Shrine Bowl in conjunction with Three Borders Sports Network in your live event on Saturday, June 24th in Mayville.
Deutsch, you look to the left, and a nice little screen over on the near side. Getting away is Nelson down inside the 20, and he might score. He does. Down inside the end zone, and it's a 37-yard touchdown.
The 11-man game kicks off at 4 with the 9-man game to follow at 7. It's the Shrine Bowl with Three Borders Sports Network and YourLiveEvent.com.
Did you know that there are several different types of crop hail insurance policies? Hi, this is Bethany Rentz, crop insurance agent with Irie Insurance. We at Irie Insurance want to help you select a hail policy that will best protect your crops and bottom line from a hailstorm. Give us a call today to schedule a time to meet with an Irie Insurance agent. For our contact information, go to our website at irieins.com.
You're protected and appreciated at Irie.
Irie Insurance is an equal opportunity provider.
A long wait in the dugout for Hatton-Northwood pitcher Brody Johnson, but he's got a 14-run lead as we go to the top of the second inning. Joe Lancello and Keith Meyer with you.
Now batting number 15, Bobby Bergfield.
Bobby Bergfield, the first baseman, stands in for the Raiders in the top of the second inning.
Joe is the ultimate pro. He's busy putting his shoes back on because he had to take them off and his socks off to count up all those stats in the bottom of the first. And
I still may need a sabbatical of some kind to figure out how many runs of the 14 runs Liam Satrom allowed in 2/3 of an inning were earned.
Oh, man.
Caught the outside corner 1 and 2.
Now you're getting into calculus.
Yeah. And I thought trying to figure out wins against replacement was tough.
Oh, man.
2 and 2. Some of those stats I just cannot figure out.
Oh, yeah. The mathematical formulas behind those things, you know, the new stats in Major League Baseball are just incredible.
Whoa, 3 and 2.
Johnson must have been trying to throw some sort of a breaking ball, but it got away from him.
Strike 3 called.
Yep.
Just as Bergfield was about to start going to first. Not so fast. 1 up and 1 down. Bridger Kosowski scheduled to hit, but I thought he was pulled out of the game. I didn't see his number as he came to the plate. Well, that is Kosowski. He may have moved to one of the outfield spots. Kosowski, an 8th grader, right-hand batter. Took something off it, 1-1. Well, he may have gotten into the dugout to get a different glove. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Yeah, that's definitely number 5 out there.
Second baseman Charlie McCullough on deck for the Raiders. Strike 3 called. 3 consecutive strikeouts now for Brody Johnson. That's 2 up and 2 down for the Raiders in the top of the second. And second baseman Charlie McCullough stands in. He is a 7th grader. He was not here Saturday. He was unavailable on a family trip. Curve misses, ball 1.
That one started out at McCullough's head, and he jerked backwards, but it broke in there pretty nicely.
Low and away, 2-0. Low, 3-0. Thing Maple River have to remember is that they're not going to get 14 runs back on one swing of the bat. .3-0, swing and a miss. Got the green light on 3-0. Caleb Downs, the pitcher, on deck for the Raiders. That's a called strike 3-2. Three-two, inside ball 4. Third walk Johnson has allowed. And now the Raiders go to the top of their batting order, and Caleb Downs, who began as the shortstop and is now the pitcher, grounded to short his first time up.
That pitch was a ball. One thing Johnson does not want to do is use a lot of pitches to get through these innings.
Mm-hmm.
And every walk he throws, that's eating up his pitch count.
Swing and a miss, 1-1. The advice from the coaching staff sounds simple. Just throw strikes. Whoa, 2-1. But on the other hand, you don't want to give him anything too good to hit either. That's popped up left side. Giving chase is Frederick, the left fielder. He'll have it in foul territory to retire the side. For Maple River in the top of the second, no runs, no hits. There was a walk, no errors. 1 runner left. The Raiders have stranded 4. After an inning and a half on the Tim Gazette Seed Sales Golden Harvest scoreboard, Hatton-Northwood 14, Maple River nothing. Back after this on YourLiveEvent.com.
Booster Club is here to support, promote, and encourage all Patriot sports and academic activities. The Mayport CG Booster Club members strive each year to make events within Mayport CG schools a very rewarding experience for the students, athletes, and spectators alike. For more information, like the Mayport CG Booster Club on Facebook. Best of luck to the teams competing in today's game, and go Patriots!
Trail District Health Unit is here to provide you with health and wellness services, including health education, blood sugar and hemoglobin screenings, blood pressure checks, vaccinations, free COVID home tests, vision and hearing screenings, home care visits, limited-term medical equipment, and more. Contact Trail District Health for information about childhood or adult immunizations and where you can get them. Call Trail District Health Unit at 701-636-4434. Trail District Health is here to prevent, promote, and protect.
We want to remind you that there is more Region 2 baseball today on YourLiveEvent.com. Following this game, another consolation round game between Larimore and Hillsborough Central Valley. The winner advances to another consolation round game, which will feature the Larimore HCV winner, most likely against Hatton-Northwood. And then our final game of the day will have Thompson, the number 1 seed, against Mayport CG, the number 2 seed, with the winner advancing to the championship game in Region 2. That's all on YourLiveEvent.com. We'll also have the games for you on Tuesday. We'll start at 2:30 with a consolation elimination game, and then the region championship game. Or the first of two in case we wind up with each team having one loss in this double elimination tournament. And the first pitch from Dow's to Derek Carpenter is high ball 1. Carpenter with a triple and a single, driven in 2 runs and scored 2 runs. High 2-0. Right-hander against right-hander. Low 3-0. Dow's 3-0 is outside ball 4. First walk allowed by Dow's. Brings up first baseman Carson Bodine, who has singled and scored, tripled with the bases loaded and scored, 3 runs batted in on a 2-for-2 day for Bodine. Pitch is high 1-0. Carpenter with a lead off first. There's a called strike 1-1. With a 14-0 lead, you would think the Thunder are not going to try to run a lot. High 2-1. Dow's from the stretch. That's outside 3-1. Third baseman Michael Steinbrink on deck for the Thunder. That caught the outside corner 3-2. Curve high ball 4. So back-to-back walks start the bottom of the second for Hatton-Northwood. Carpenter going to second. Now third baseman Michael Steinbrink, who reached on an error and scored and grounded to third in the first inning. 19 men batting for Hatton-Northwood in the first inning, and they scored 14 runs. That's hit in the air, right side. The first baseman calling for it, making the catch, is Bobby Bergfield for out number 1. And the runners hold at first and second. Brings up Hunter Frederick, the left fielder, who has singled twice, scored twice, and driven in 2 runs.
Number 9, Hunter Frederick.
Swung on, grounded to third, knocked down by the third baseman, a dash to the bag, and they get him. They get a force there for the second out. Carpenter retired, 5 unassisted. Bodine will go to second, and Frederick safe on a fielder's choice.
Center fielder number 3, Teddy Petrick.
Teddy Petrick, the center fielder, reached on an error and scored, walked and scored. Takes a strike, 0-1. Line foul down the left field line. That is Kosowski at third base. We thought he had been pulled earlier in the game. He had a rough first inning. And that was inside for 1 and 2 to Petrick. This is driven into left field. Coming in is Erickson. He's not able to get it, and the ball gets behind him and goes to the wall. 1 run is in. Here's a second run. And it's now 16-0 in favor of the Thunder.
The right fielder number 12, Hunter Tweet.
Single and error. 3-base error. That'll be a 3-base error on the left fielder, Erickson. That allowed Bodine and Frederick to score. Petrick now at third as Hunter Tweet, the right fielder, stands in. He was hit by a pitch and scored. Single to drive in a run and scored. That was all in the first inning. Looks at a strike, 2-1. Hatton-Northwood, 14 runs in the first inning, 2 here in the bottom of the second. Just missed tying away, 3-1. Designated hitter Rolando Zuniga on deck for Hatton-Northwood. And inside ball 4. So runners at the corners now with 2 out. Second walk, check that, third walk allowed by Dowse. All in this inning. The Thunder don't have a hit this inning. They've got 3 walks and an error. Now Zuniga, the DH, stands in. That's in for a strike at the letters on the outside part of the plate, 0-1. Zuniga, a 2-run single and scored, and a walk in the opening inning. Zuniga also plays some third base and pitches. This is hit in the air to right field, and that will drop in front of the right fielder for a base hit as a run scores to make it 17-0. Zuniga, his third RBI of the day, as Petrick scores, and Tweet goes to third.
The catcher number 21, Keegan Schroeder.
A 3 RBI day for Zuniga so far. Now Keegan Schroeder, the catcher, stands in. He popped to short and reached on an error by the third baseman. It was a pop-up that it looked like he had, but he didn't. The ball fell behind him. 1-0 pitch is driven into center field, and that'll drop in. Another run comes in, and we have runners at first and third again, and now it's an 18-0 lead for Hatton-Northwood. Schroeder with an RBI single as Tweet scores, and Zuniga to third. 4 runs this inning for Hatton-Northwood. And now Andrew Thorsgaard, the leadoff hitter. Oh, that one is well wide, but the runners will hold. And we've got a courtesy runner for Hatton-Northwood at first base for the catcher Schroeder. This is Ryan Verke, Verke. Swung on, popped up right side, the first baseman shading his eyes, and Bergfield making the catch to retire the side. Hatton-Northwood bat around in the bottom of the second inning. They score 4 times with 1 hit. There was 1 error and 3 walks. And 2 runners left. The Thunder have stranded 4. After 2 complete on the Tim Gazette Seed Sales Golden Harvest scoreboard, Hatton-Northwood 18, Maple River nothing. Back after this on YourLiveEvent.com.
10 locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, has a strong background in ag and business lending, but they can also help with auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. Dakota Heritage Bank is a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. Our friendly staff greets you with a smile, takes the time to get to know you, and can help you with your banking needs. Visit us online, dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Halstead Telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Halstead Telephone, broadband voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
After 2 complete, Maple River no runs, 1 hit, 4 errors. Hatton-Northwood 18 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. Joe Lancello and Keith Meyer with you from Mayville State University, Scott Berry Field. Right-hander Brody Johnson finishing his warm-up pitches. Maple River with their 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up here in the top of the 3rd inning. Catcher Marty Rohrbeck, followed by shortstop Liam Satrom and center fielder Calvin Satrom. Now Rohrbeck walked his first time up. Here's a ball. Nice stop by the shortstop. The throw is not in time. And an infield single for Marty Rohrbeck. Carpenter did well to get to that ball and stop it from going into the outfield. But Rohrbeck beating it out. That's hit number 2 for the Raiders. And they get a leadoff man on here in the top of the 3rd. Brings up Liam Satrom, the shortstop. Throw to first, safe. Liam with an infield single his first time up. Righty against righty, Brody Johnson's pitch. That's flying through the hole on the right side for a base hit. Rohrbeck stops at second, so back-to-back hits for the Raiders to start the 3rd inning. Calvin Satrom, the center fielder, flying to right his first time up. You'll remember Maple River had the bases loaded in the top of the 1st inning with 2 out and weren't able to get a run in. And we have Charlie Muse is the batter, Mewes. Right-hand batter, swing and a miss 0-2. Charlie, a freshman. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. Low pitch, 1-2. Jace Erickson, the left fielder, is on deck. Strike 3 called. Fourth strikeout for Brody Johnson. That's one down. Raiders still with runners at first and second. In the top of the third inning, down 18-0. Jace Erickson, the left fielder, walked his first time up. Just missing the corner at the knees, 1-0. Petrick in center field, really shallow. Swing and a miss, 1-1. And so actually the other outfielders for Hatton-Northwood, Frederick in left and Tweed in right. Runners lead off first and second. 1-0 pitch, hit in the air to right field, coming in and not able to make the grab is Tweed. That drops in. Here's a run. And a second runner coming in. There's going to be a throw to the plate that's well off target. And it's 2-0 Raiders. Or 2-0 Raiders on the board, trailing 18-2. That'll be scored as an error on the right. A single and an error for Erickson. No run batted in.
Now batting number 9, Jen Zyrie.
As Rohrbeck and Liam Satrom come in to score. And the gap is cut to 18-2. Now Jen Zyrie, the designated hitter, he struck out his first time up. Swing and a miss, 0-1. So the Raiders on the board for the first time in the tournament. They lost their first game 10-0 to Hillsborough Central Valley on Saturday. Swing and a miss, 0-2. The winner of this game will face Livermore or Hillsborough Central Valley in our third game of the day here at Mayville State. Swing and a foul, count holds it 0-2. First baseman Bobby Bergfield on deck for the Raiders. If you're just joining us, Hatton-Northwood 14 runs in the first inning and 4 in the second. Nice block by catcher Keegan Schroeder. 1-2. Strike 3 called in the inside corner. That's the second out. And that's now 5 strikeouts for Brody Johnson. 2 down. For Maple River in the top of the third. Brings up first baseman Bobby Bergfield, who struck out his first time up. Johnson's allowed 4 hits now. Walked 3 and struck out 5. This is hit in the air to right field. And that's going to split the 2 outfielders and go to the wall. And that's a double for Bergfield. And it makes it 18-3. An RBI double for Bergfield scores Erickson from second. This brings up Bridger Kosowski, the third baseman who struck out his first time up. Nice block by Schrader, ball 1. A high-speed pitch, swing and a miss, 1-1. 1-1 pitch, missing low, 2-1. Bergfield on second. With 2 out, 3 runs in here for Maple River in the top of the third. Strike call 2-2. This one's popped up into the infield. The third baseman coming over Steinbrink to make the catch and retire the side. Maple River getting on the scoreboard here in the top of the third inning. They score 3 times. On 3 hits, there was 1 error by Hatton-Northwood and 1 runner left. The Raiders have stranded 5. After 2.5 innings on the Tim Cassette Seed Sales Golden Harvest scoreboard, Hatton-Northwood 18, Maple River 3. Back after this on YourLiveEvent.com.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at RDK Enterprises, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Time now for our in-game update. And that's brought to you by Ryan Opdahl, Farmers Union Insurance of Hillsboro, home, auto, business, life, and farm insurance. Visit the agency in downtown Hillsboro or call 701-436-5777. Hatton-Northwood sent 19 men to the plate in the first inning and scored 14 times. Derek Carpenter had 2 RBI and 2 hits in the inning. Carson Bodine had 2 hits and 3 runs batted in the inning. 2 hits and 2 RBI for Hunter Frederick. Orlando Zuniga with a 2-run single as well. Hatton-Northwood 14 in the first, 4 in the second. Maple River coming back with 3 runs in the third inning, the top half of this inning. And it's now an 18-3 game. And this in-game update brought to you by Ryan Opdahl, Farmers Union Insurance of Hillsboro, home, auto, business, life, and farm insurance. Visit the agency in downtown Hillsboro or call 701-436-5777. Joe Lancello and Keith Meyer with you from Mayville State University.
Hatton-Northwood's going to bring up a pinch hitter, number 7, Ryan Verkey.
And Ryan Verkey is going to bat for shortstop Derek Carpenter here in the bottom of the third inning. Verkey is swinging a miss, strike 1. He'll be in the number 2 spot in the batting order. Whether he'll stay in the game will remain to be seen. Carpenter could re-enter. Carson Bodine is on deck. Michael Steinbrink to follow in the bottom of the third. Caleb Dowse, who began the game at shortstop, came in with 2 out in the bottom of the first. Pitch from Dowse, in for a strike, 1-2. Little construction work going on in right field. Beyond the fence, ooh, that did hit the batter. So Verkey on hit by pitch. Keith, if you can you just kind of zoom in on the scoreboard in right field?
Pinch hitter for Hatton-Northwood, number 15, Zach Sukit.
They're putting the name of Coach Scott Berry on there. The field is named after him now, Scott Berry. I was wondering what that crane was doing out there. So we'll have a little construction work on during the game. Okay, count is 1-1 now to the pinch hitter for Hatton-Northwood. This is Zach Sukit, a junior. Bodine had singled and scored, tripled to drive in 3 runs and scored, and walked and scored. And that hit Sukit. So the runners at first and second, back-to-back hit batters to start the third for Hatton-Northwood. Michael Steinbrink, the third baseman, will bat. He's reached on an error and scored. Grounded to third and popped to first. Nobody down, bottom of the third. There's a strike on the outside corner to Steinbrink. Swing and a foul off the plate. 0-2 now to Steinbrink. The 0-2. Hit in the air left side. Liam Satcham, the shortstop, has it for the out. First out in the bottom of the third for Hatton-Northwood brings up Hunter Frederick, the left fielder, who's singled to drive in a run twice in the opening inning and reached on a fielder's choice and scored. He scored 3 times for Hatton-Northwood. 3 of their 18 runs that they have now in the bottom of the third. Still runners at first and second with 1 out. 1-0 pitch outside. 2-0. And there's another hit batter, and the bases are loaded. Three hit batters by Dow's this inning.
We have the center fielder, number 3, Teddy Petrick.
So the bases are full of thunder again. And Teddy Petrick, the center fielder who has reached on an error, walked and reached on an error again, and has scored all 3 times. First pitch outside, ball 1. Nice stop by Rohrbeck. The 1-0, inside 2-0. Verke on third, Sukit on second, Frederick on first with 1 out. Thunder up 18-3 with a chance to add to it. Swing and a miss, 2-1. The 10-run rule is in effect, but we've got to play 5 innings, or 4.5 in this case. Now the ball getting away from the catcher, but not very far. Nobody with a chance to advance, and it's a 3-1 count now to Teddy Petrick, with right fielder Hunter Tweet on deck for the Thunder. No place for Dow's to put Petrick. Strike called at the letters, 3-2. Payoff pitch. Grounded to the left side, and that's gets by everybody for a base hit. And it's now 19-4. 19-3 make that. On an RBI single by Petrick, his first hit of the day and his first RBI of the day. That one just kind of snuck through as Verke came in to score. Sukit moves to third, and Frederick's on second.
Batting for the Thunders, number 4, Will Ness.
We've got a pinch hitter here, Will Ness, number 4, a left-handed batter standing in. Tweet was hit by a pitch, single to drive in a run, and walked, scored 3 times. 0-2 now to Ness. Will is a sophomore. That's popped out of here. The count stays at 0-2. The winner of this game will play again today against the winner of our next game between Larimore and Hillsborough Central Valley. 0-2 to Ness, off-speed pitch, high, 1-2. Keegan Schroeder, the catcher, scheduled to hit next for the Thunder. Foul, 1-2 again. Oh, beg your pardon. Rolando Zuniga, the DH, is on deck. Scheduled to hit next. Inside 2-2. Suket on third, Frederick on second, Petrick on first, one out. A run in already here. Outside 3-2. We're in the bottom of the third inning. 19-3 in favor of Hatton-Northwood in this elimination game in the Region 2 baseball tournament. Outside ball 4. So that will make the score 20-3 as Ness gets a run batted in.
Now batting the DH number 11, Rolando Zuniga.
Suket comes in to score, Frederick to third and Petrick to second. Zuniga 2 for 2 with a walk, 3 runs batted in, and 1 run scored. That got the inside corner for a strike. Three hit batters in a walk this inning and just 1 hit for the Thunder. Outside 1-1. Dow's will wind up. Thought that might have hit Zuniga, but it's inside and it's 2-1. With a lead like this, that ball didn't get away far enough for the runner at third to try to come in. Maybe not worth the risk. Swinging a foul, 2-2. Or else you just play a little more conservative. 14 runs in the first inning for Hatton-Northwood, 4 in the second, 2 here in the third, and the bases are loaded with 1 out. Low 3-2. Payoff pitch. Inside ball 4, and another run comes in. Make that 21-3. 4 RBI in the day now for Zuniga as Frederick comes in to score, Petrick to third, Ness to second. And Coach Larry Fontaine coming out of the Maple River dugout, and we will have another pitching change. Calvin Satrom, I believe that is, coming in from center field. No, in fact, I believe that was Charlie McCullough who came in. I could be mistaken. Well, it looks like McCullough is going to be the pitcher. He began the day at second base. So we'll take a break here on YourLiveEvent.com. We're in the bottom of the third inning. 1 out, bases loaded, 3 runs in this inning for Hatton-Northwood, and they lead Maple River 21-3. We'll be back after this on YourLiveEvent.com.
The Mayport CG Booster Club is here to support, promote, and encourage all Patriot sports and academic activities. The Mayport CG Booster Club members strive each year to make events within Mayport CG schools a very rewarding experience for the students, athletes, and spectators alike. For more information, like the Mayport CG Booster Club on Facebook. Best of luck to the teams competing in today's game, and go Patriots!
Did you know that there are several different types of crop hail insurance policies? Hi, this is Bethany Rentz, crop insurance agent with Irie Insurance. We at Irie Insurance want to help you select a hail policy that will best protect your crops and bottom line from a hailstorm. Give us a call today to schedule a time to meet with an Irie Insurance agent. For our contact information, go to our website at irieins.com.
You're protected and appreciated at Irie.
Irie Insurance is an equal opportunity provider.
Right-hander Charlie McCullough is the third pitcher today for the Maple River Raiders. Seventh grader began the day at second base, moved to center field. And I'm having trouble finding Caleb Dowse.
Batting for the Thunders, number 3.
Oh, no, he is in center field. Just a straight swap. One's in for Hatton-Northwood here in the bottom of the third. The bases loaded and 1 out. Hit through the hole on the right side for a base hit. And it'll just be station to station here. It's 22-3. So Schroeder with his second hit and second run batting of the day.
Number 10, Andre Forsgaard.
Petrick scores. Ness to third, Zuniga to second. And Ender Thorsgaard, the ninth man to bat in the third inning for the Thunder, stands in. Singleton scored to lead off the game. Walkton scored also in the first inning, popped to short to end the first inning, and popped to first in the second inning. (22-3) in favor of Hatton-Northwood in this consolation round game. High 2-1. Got the inside corner 2-2. While we're at Mayville State University, the Maple River baseball team is getting an education of the School of Hard Knocks. Swinging a foul 2-2. Again, a young team. McCullough is a seventh grader, the pitcher. The designated hitter, Irie, is a seventh grader. Kosowski at third is an eighth grader. Popped up left side, and that will go out of here. 2-2 to Thorsgaard. Fifth time around the batting order. Now for Hatton-Northwood, and again, we're in the bottom of the third inning. Bases loaded, 1 out. That was behind Thorsgaard, and the count goes full 3-2. I'm not sure how much McCullough has pitched on the varsity level. Payoff pitch. Hit slowly to short. Throw to second. That throw gets away and a run scores. And it's 23-3. Thorsgaard will be safe on a fielder's choice, safe at first. Ness comes in to score. Zuniga to third. Would you give that error to the shortstop or the second baseman? Error on the second baseman on the fielder's choice.
Batting for the Thunder, number 7, Ryan Berkey.
And Ryan Verkey batting for the second time in this third inning. He was hit by a pitch and scored to start everything. He came in to bat for shortstop Derek Carpenter. Swing and a miss, 1-1. (23-3). Hatton-Northwood in front. Bases loaded, 1 out. Bottom 3. Hit in the air to the right side. And a late break by the right fielder that drops in. And a run will score to make it 24-3. Bases still loaded. So Verkey with an RBI single. Zuniga scores.
Number 15, Zach.
Schroeder to third, Thorsgaard to second. And the first pitch to Zach Sukit is a called strike. Sukit came in to pitch it this inning and was hit by a pitch and scored. Sukkut, S-U-C-K-U-T. He's a junior. Base is still loaded. 6 runs this inning for Hatton-Northwood. And counting, pitches outside 2-1. Outside, 3-1. Nice block by the catcher, Rohrbeck. Third baseman Michael Steinbrink on deck. (3-1) on the way. Caught the inside corner, 3-2. (24-3), Hatton-Northwood in the lead over Maple River. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Second out of the inning, and the first strikeout for McCullough.
Now batting number 33, Mike Steinbrink.
Well, Joe, I'm back from my stroll to talk to the coaches.
Okay.
If if there ever was a case for 15 runs after 3 innings, this would be it. It was 24-3. It's obvious there's not going to be a comeback here. It would be nice if they could write in a rule at the high school level that after 3 innings, and if the game is out of hand, by mutual agreement of the coaches, you could end the game or something like that.
And there's another hit batter, and another run comes in. They'll make it 25-3. And Steinbrink with an RBI.
Now batting number 9.
As Fergie comes in to score, Thorsgaard now moves to third. And Hunter Frederick is the batter. I got to check here. How many? Five hit batters today by Maple River pitching. Satrum hit 1, Dow's hit 3, and now 1 hit batter by McCullough. Frederick, 2 for 3, 4 runs scored. He was also hit by a pitch, has scored 4 times. Strike 2-1. Frederick, 2 RBI.
Umpire doing what he can to maybe speed the game along a little bit. He's widening his strike zone, which is a good thing at this point.
Grounded foul, fielded by the first baseman Bergfield for the out to retire the side. Hatton-Northwood add to their lead with 7 runs in the 3rd inning. On 3 hits, there were 2 walks, 4 hit batters, 1 error, and the bases were left loaded. The Thunder are stranded 7. After 3, on the Tim Gazette Seed Sales Golden Harvest scoreboard, it's Hatton-Northwood 25, Maple River 3. Will return to the Region 2 baseball tournament in Mayville after this on YourLiveEvent.com.
Trail District Health Unit is here to provide you with health and wellness services, including health education, blood sugar and hemoglobin screenings, blood pressure checks, vaccinations, free COVID home tests, vision and hearing screenings, home care visits, limited-term medical equipment, and more. Contact Trail District Health for information about childhood or adult immunizations and where you can get them. Call Trail District Health Unit at 701-636-4434. Trail District Health is here to prevent, promote, and protect. Dakota Heritage Bank, serving you with 10 locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, has a strong background in ag and business lending, but they can also help with auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. Dakota Heritage Bank is a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. Our friendly staff greets you with a smile, takes the time to get to know you, and can help you with your banking needs. Visit us online, dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Some defensive changes for Hatton-Northwood as the fellows who pinch hit last inning are staying in the game. Will Ness is in right field. He'll be in the number 7 spot, replacing Hunter Tweet. Zach Sukit is in the number 3 spot. He moves to shortstop.
Charlie McCullough.
Hunter Frederick moved from left field to first base. As the first pitch to Charlie McCullough, the pitcher, is way high, ball 1, to lead off the 4th inning for Maple River. Michael Steinbrink has moved from third base to left field. Oh, Sukit's at third, I beg your pardon, and Ryan Verke stays in the game to play second base. Two to the count on McCullough, who walked his only time up. High 3-2. Brody Johnson's payoff pitch, hit in the air to the right side, foul territory. And a catch by Frederick for out number 1. Andrew Thorsgaard moved from second base to shortstop.
Number 1, Caleb Dowes.
And Verke to second base. One up and one down for Maple River. As Caleb Dowes, the center fielder, stands in, he has grounded to short and fouled to left. Dowes began the game at shortstop, moved to the mound, and now to center field. Hit in the air to the left side. Coming in is the left fielder Steinbrink for out number 2. 2 quick outs. Now Marty Rohrbeck, the catcher, who has walked and singled and scored in the 3rd inning when the Raiders got their 3 runs. Hatton-Northwood 14 in the 1st, 4 in the 2nd, 7 in the 3rd. An elimination game in the Region 2 baseball tournament here in North Dakota. Outside 2-0. Quite a few pitches have gone behind the batters. That's not hit hunting, I don't think. That's just
kids. The ball's just getting away from them. They're trying to throw curveballs, and when they're not necessary. I mean, you don't have to throw curves in a game like this. Just throw the ball straight and let the batter have at it.
Swing and a miss, 2-2. It's one thing to work on a pitch, but there's a line, I think, between working on a pitch and messing around possibly. Here's a foul out of here to the left. Count holds it 2-2.
You know, folks might think it's easy to be the winning coach, or excuse me, I'm getting ahead of myself, but to be the coach that's ahead right now. But it's a difficult situation. You got to try and keep your players involved in the game so they don't pick up any bad habits for future games.
Grounded slowly to third, and the throw is not in time. That'll be an infield hit for Rohrbeck, his 2nd hit of the day and the 5th of the day for Maple River.
There's that long grass gobbling up a ground ball. Third baseman don't normally have to charge the ball, but that one he really should have in order to give himself time to get the ball to first.
Now Liam Satcham, the shortstop, stands in. He began the day as the pitcher for the Raiders. 2 for 2 in the day. This is hit in the air to right field, and that'll drop in for a base hit. So Liam is now 3 for 3. Rohrbeck will go to second. Those two with 5 of the 6 hits for Maple River today.
Number 14, Charlie Muse.
Charlie Muse, who is the center fielder, struck out his first time up. He replaced Calvin Satcham in the third inning. Two down, top of the fourth. Raiders with runners at first and second. They trail 25-3. And that was a hit by pitch, and so the bases are loaded. Batters have to remember that, or base runners have to remember that when a batter is hit by a pitch, the ball's dead. So no chance for extra advancement. What we have are the bases loaded with 2 out. Chase Erickson, who has walked and singled and scored. Outside ball 1. No, I beg your pardon. This is Trent Warren, number 10. He is an 8th grader.
This is not easy on a broadcaster either. All the changes, and some of those players are a long ways away. You can't see numbers.
Mm-hmm. Even with my binoculars, I've had a time. Raymond Olstead is on deck. He's a 7th grader. The 2-1. Hit batter and a run scores. So Warren, hit by a pitch, gets a run batted in as Rohrbeck comes in to score to make it 25-4.
Pinch hitter number 4.
Liam Satcham to third, Muse to second. And Raymond Olstead, number 4, stands in, a left-handed batter. He is a 7th grader. Curve floats high, ball 1.
Coach Carpenter doesn't want to go to anyone else to pitch right now because he doesn't want to start burning up pitches for another pitcher, but Johnson's got to throw some strikes.
Like that, 1-1-1. Pitch is in the dirt, 2-1. Irie, the designated hitter who Olstead is batting for, had struck out twice.
Johnson's motion is coming apart on some pitches. It's just not smooth.
Missing low and inside 2-1 or 3-1. Okay. Johnson deals. That's a strike, 3-2. 2 out, bases loaded. 3-2 to Olstead. Slightly close stance. And the runners will be going with 2 out. Swing and a miss, strike 3 to retire the side. Strikeout 6 for Brody Johnson. Maple River in the 4th get a run. On 2 hits and 2 hit batters, there were no errors and 2 runners left. The Raiders have stranded 7 after 3.5. On the Tim Cazette Seed Sales Golden Harvest scoreboard, it's Hatton-Northwood 25, Maple River 4. We'll be right back on YourLiveEvent.com.
R&J Brown Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com. There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
We go to the bottom of the fourth inning, 25-4, Hatton-Northwood in the lead in this Region 2 elimination game. And the Thunder will have their 6, 7, and 8 hitters coming up. Teddy Petrick, the center fielder, Will Ness, the right fielder, and Rolando Zuniga, the designated hitter. Right-hander Charlie McCullough, the third pitcher of the day for Maple River.
My guess is that Coach Carpenter told his players if there's anything near the strike zone, take a swing at it. This isn't a time to be looking for walks or perfect pitches. You just take your swings and keep the game moving. On the other hand, Coach Fontaine would like to see his young man on the mound be able to throw some strikes and let his defense get some outs for him.
He could be counting it on next year as a regular pitcher as an 8th grader. As Liam Satrom, who began the day pitching, is a senior. High 2-0. Petrick has reached on errors twice, walked once, singled once to drive in a run, and has scored all 4 times. Righty to righty. Swung on, grounded slowly to third. Throw not in time. And that'll be an infield single. And that's where you were talking about the long grass in the infield again.
Yep.
Will Ness came in to bat in the 3rd inning, walked to force in a run, and later came around to score himself. Popped high. The catcher not able to get around the umpire to catch that one. It's strike 1.
That's something that catchers start to learn after years, and instinctively, that they can't throw the mask and come straight back because that's where the umpire is. The umpire is waiting for the catcher to make a move one side or the other, and then he'll get out of the way.
0-1. Line foul, 0-2. Hatton-Northwood, 14 runs in the first inning, 4 in the second, 7 in the third. Maple River, 3 in the third and 1 on the top of this 4th inning. That's outside 1 and 2. And the one thing you don't know with these young players that Maple River have is that you don't know how much growing they still have to do.
That's the truth. Some of them haven't had their growth spurts yet at all.
Oh, my goodness, that hit the bat. It's a foul ball.
Now, that's a cardinal sin. Coaches preach and preach and preach. Pull your bat down, and that's what happens when you don't.
It would have had to be straight down rather than back because that's where the ball was pitched.
Right.
Now time called as McCullough steps off the rubber. One, two to Ness. Strike three called in the outside corner. Second strikeout by McCullough. One down, Petrick still the runner at first, and now Rolando Zuniga, the batter. He has singled twice, walked twice, scored twice, and driven in 4 runs. That's hit in the air in the right center field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Zuniga's third hit of the day, and he's been on base all 5 times. Petrick goes to second with 1 out.
For the Thunder, number 21, Keegan Schroeder.
15 hits now for Hatton-Northwood.
Center fielder broke straight in towards home plate, but that ball was slicing. Ended up getting away from the center fielder.
Swing and a foul, and that is going to go out of play.
I don't think they'll need the drawbridge to get that one. I don't think it went that far. Speaking of the moat behind the field.
Ah, yes. Behind the third base dugout. Runners lead off first and second, 1 out, the 0-1. Outside 1-1. Shortstop Ander Thorsgaard on deck for Hatton-Northwood. Well outside, and that gets away from the catcher, and the runners are going to hold their ground. If it were a 5-4 game, that would be one thing, but this is a 25-4 game. Two on, swing and a miss, 2-2. Schroeder 2 singles, and he's reached on an error. Scored once and driven in 2 runs. Swing and a miss, strike 3, trying to reach out for that one. That's the second out. Third strikeout by Charlie McCullough. Brings in Ander Thorsgaard.
Now batting number 10, Ander Thorsgaard.
Yeah, that ball was outside, but proud of that young man taking a swing at that pitch, trying to hit it and trying to keep the game moving.
Swing and a miss by Thorsgaard, strike 1. Thorsgaard reached on an infield single and scored, walked and scored, popped up twice and reached on a fielder's choice. His 6th plate appearance today. And we are in the 4th inning. He batted 3 times in the opening inning, when the Thunder sent 19 men to bat and scored 14 runs. High and inside, 1-1. Following this game, we've got Livermore against Hillsborough Central Valley, with the winner of that game facing Hatton-Northwood later today, fouled into the screen.
It was coming right into Joe's hands, but the netting caught it.
And if that didn't, the closed window in front of me would have.
You hope. Could have been picking shards of glass out of your forehead.
Here's a swing and a chopper over in front of the plate. The throw to first is in time for the out to retire the side. 2-3 on the putout. So that will end the inning. For Hatton-Northwood, hey, this is the first time they have not scored a run. The first inning they have not scored a run. They've no runs. There were 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners left. The Thunder have stranded 9. 4 complete on the Tim Cassette Seed Sales Golden Harvest scoreboard. It's Hatton-Northwood 25, Maple River 4. We'll be back after this on YourLiveEvent.com.
Hi, I'm Ernie Struby, president of the Goose River Bank, and I would like to know your story. Our lives and our businesses are comprised of events. We have all had our failures and successes, and these events define our character. If your character includes values like trustworthy, respectful, honest, and responsible, then your story matches well with ours, and we would consider it a privilege to be your financial partner. At the Goose River Bank, we believe that a strong bank builds strong communities. The Goose River Bank, member FDIC.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
We had some between innings entertainment there. We were treated to Mr. Johnson from Hatton going with a golf ball retriever.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah, it's for supposedly fishing golf balls out of the water. He was trying to hit the baseball off of the screen up there and met with rousing failure.
And Bobby Bergfield, the first baseman, leading off for Maple River, top of the 5th inning. Count is 1-1. Bergfield has struck out and doubled a drive and a run. Low 2-1. I've seen people use broomsticks to try to get basketballs that are stuck between the backboard and the hoop. Ball 4 to Bergfield. 4th walk allowed by Brody Johnson, who's gone the distance on the mound for Hatton-Northwood. Brings up third baseman Richard Kasowski, who has struck out and popped to third.
Raiders number 5, Richard Kasowski.
Kasowski, a third baseman, or the third baseman, and 8th grader. In for a strike, 1-1. One and one is low and away, 2-1. Pitcher Charlie McCullough on deck for the Raiders. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
Johnson on the mound, he's doing everything he can to try and throw strikes in there and make Maple River hit the ball.
High 3-2.
But the intensity just isn't there, and that's normal for young kids. You get ahead by that much, you lose your intensity.
Mm-hmm. Strike 3 called.
Just not as sharp.
Johnson truly at 105.
That's the first out. And strikeout number 7 for Johnson.
Raiders. Number 3, Charlie McCullough.
Charlie McCullough, the pitcher, stands in. He has walked and fouled to first. And an appeal, ball 1. McCullough began the day as the second baseman, moved to center field, and then moved to the mound in the 3rd inning. Two-0 is fouled. 2-1 now on McCullough with Caleb Dowse on deck for the Raiders. They'd like to keep this inning going so that seniors Marty Rohrbeck and Liam Satrom, the 2 and 3 hitters in the lineup, can get a chance. McCullough and or Dowse would have to reach for Rohrbeck to get a chance. That's inside 3-2. Payoff pitch. That caught the outside corner, strike 3. That's 8 strikeouts for Johnson. And Maple River now down to their last out in Caleb Dowse. He has grounded out and flied out twice.
Take a look at the two teams that are scheduled to play the next game, Hillsborough Central Valley and Larimore. They're pacing around, and some are fidgeting, some are sitting down, some are leaning over the fence, some are talking to each other. They just don't know what to do because they've been sitting there quite a while now.
1-1 pitch, low 2-1. Well, as Tom Petty said, the waiting is the hardest part. And that's the case right here. Thunder outfield shallow. The 2-1. Outside 3-1.
Someday I'd like to come over to your office and just listen to the chatter over there once and see what all comes out. Tom Petty.
Swing and a chop foul. Picked up by Johnson. He'll throw in time for the out, and that will end the game. On the 10-run rule. Maple River in the 5th. No runs, no hits. There was a walk, no errors. 1 runner left. And the Raiders have stranded 8. Our final in this consolation round game of the Region 2 baseball tournament, Hatton-Northwood 25 and Maple River 4. We'll come back and wrap things up and have our post-game awards for you after these messages on YourLiveEvent.com.
The City of Hillsborough welcomes you to town, conveniently located halfway between Fargo and Grand Forks. Shop for your personal items, farm and business supplies at our local stores. If you're looking for a new home or a working job, check out the opportunities in Hillsborough and see what the community can offer you and your family. The City of Hillsborough congratulates the area graduates on your achievements, and they wish you all the best in your future. They hope that you'll carry pleasant memories of school days and graduation time for the rest of your life. Congratulations and best of luck, graduates, from the City of Hillsborough.
Do you want that new boat? Are you building onto your home? Maybe you want the new camper or ATV. Dakota Heritage Bank can help you. This is Dustin Nagel, president at Dakota Heritage Bank Hillsborough location. You can visit with me or our other loan officers to help with loans and lines of credit from Dakota Heritage Bank. We are serving you with locations in North Dakota and Northwest Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank offers financial services you expect with a local perspective. dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
The Hillsborough and Central Valley School Districts congratulate the seniors on your success and wish you well in your future endeavor. To this year's graduating class, we encourage you to step into your future and the unique, inspiring gifts that only you can give. Congratulations from administration, staff, and other students at the Hillsborough and Central Valley School Districts. To all students, parents, and families of the Hillsborough and Central Valley Schools, thank you for a great year.
Tomorrow is happening right now. Today, more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. That's why Enbridge is advancing new technologies to reduce emissions, like carbon capture and hydrogen power. By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
Nothing has embodied the American spirit like the family farmer. Year after year, they work the land. Through droughts, floods, and uncertain markets, they keep that spirit alive with another crop harvested for the next generation. And for that, we tip our hats to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
Visit with Ryan Opdahl, your local Farmers Union insurance agent in Hillsborough.
Hi, I'm Ernie Struby, president of the Goose River Bank, and I would like to know your story. Our lives and our businesses are comprised of events. We have all had our failures and successes, and these events define our character. If your character includes values like trustworthy, respectful, honest, and responsible, then your story matches well with ours, and we would consider it a privilege to be your financial partner. At the Goose River Bank, we believe that a strong bank builds strong communities. The Goose River Bank, member FDIC.
Back at Mayville State University, Joe Lancello at Keith Meyer. again a little bit later on, and we will also be having another game coming up here in just a couple of moments between Hillsborough Central Valley and Larimore, the winner advancing to play Hatton-Northwood, and then the loser is done for the season. For Keith Meyer, I'm Joe Lancello. Thank you for joining us on YourLiveEvent.com. Thanks to all of our sponsors. We hope you will patronize them. And we will be back with you in just a few moments. Once again, the final score, Hatton-Northwood 25, Maple River 4 in 5 innings. We'll be back in just a bit on YourLiveEvent.com.